Do you want to get a BBL, get lipo, or just any type of way to not work out? You know, you see the girls on Instagram, you see the guys on Instagram, they're looking buff and you're just like, okay, well, how do they get the motivation to work out? I'm gonna let you in on a secret. This is Chelsea Kiara and this is a story time. So I have a fitness company. It's called Mean Vereen Training. My husband, he was former NFL. He loved to work out, he loved to train. Me? I don't like to work out. I don't like to train. I don't do any of that stuff. But what I found out is that now I'm working out 6 times a week and I still don't like to work out. People ask me like, oh, well, how do you work out all the time if you don't like working out? It's simple. Just do it! I find something else that I like more than I like working out. I like vanity. There's no shame about it if you take it too far. I mean, people like how they look all the time. Whether you know it or not, you care about how you look. Now, how you care how other people perceive how you look is a completely separate thing. But overall, you should have a sense of caring on how you look, how you present yourself out to the world. If you don't,
that's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap.
I know that I want to look a certain way. My husband looks a certain way. I want to look like him. So what do? I train. And another thing is I like to eat. Newsflash, even if you get the BBL, you get the lipo, you get surgery, or you do one of those cleanses where you see people lose 20 to 30 pounds, you're like, okay, well, they can do it, I can do it. You have to find something that is sustainable. That is the key word. You can do all these fad diets all you want to, but that's not going to help your overall goal. Let me tell you something. If you sit up in here, eat McDonald's every single day, you're not Chad Ochocinco. You're going to look
broke, busted, and disgusted.
It is what it is. In order to eat whatever you want to eat, you have to have some type of moderation. For example, you need to have healthy fats. You need to have a low carb diet, lean proteins. So your lean proteins would be beef, chicken, pork. You can still eat pork, but it's the pork tenderloin. Some parts of the dark meat is okay. When it comes to beef, you're gonna get the tenderloins. You're getting lean cuts of meat, hamburger meat. You're getting 97% lean, 5% fat or 3% fat. With chicken, you're not eating the skin, eating lean pieces. And it's also the way you're cooking your food too. Don't fry the food.
What?
Bake it, grill it, saute it, boil it. There's so many ways that you can continue to get nutrients without just frying it. If you want a sauce, let's think of healthy sauces as far as a tomato base, a vegetable based sauce, purees. You want to stay away from creams. Dairy is good, but you don't want to have too much dairy. Back to the motivation. You need to find something that is going to help you be motivated to work out, but you also need to have a plan of stability. You know that you cannot consistently work out 5 times a week. That is a really hard challenge. Most people don't need to work out over 4 times a week. If you're working out more than 4 times a week, you are either an athlete, training to be an athlete, you are trying to get a desired look, or you're a bodybuilder. Realistically, if you can do 2 to 3 times a week, working out 30 minutes to an hour, that is 1 Netflix show, 2 Netflix shows, depending on if it's 30 minutes, that is doable. You can work out early in the morning. You can work out late at night. You can work out midday. Oh, well, I have to work. When I was working as an attorney at a firm, I would work out during my lunch break or I work out before I went to work. I would wake up early, wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get to the gym, take a shower at the gym, go to work, come back, and then I would just go to sleep later. We all have 24 hours of the day. I know that saying is that we all don't have the same 24 hours a day, which is true. I mean, I don't have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. I don't have the same 24 hours as Tiana Taylor. I don't have the same 24 hours as a mom with 4 kids. That is realistic. However, if you block your time out, you can make time for working out. If you have time to watch 1 Netflix show, which is 30 minutes to an hour, you have time to work out. And on top of that, you can work out while watching the shows. Most of my workouts, I watch TV while I'm working out. When I do my warm-up is between 5 to 10 minutes, just depending on it. I'll watch a YouTube video. I'll catch up on some type of work. When I'm doing my heavy lifting, obviously I can't watch something then, but when I do my cardio at the end, I usually do 15 minutes to 20 minutes of cardio. I watch a show. My workouts take anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, just depending on what I'm trying to do. My cardio days is usually under 30. If you need to get started on working out, you don't know where to go, you can click the link in the bio. You just type in the code YouTube, you'll get a a 20% off coupon for any of our Mean Vereen training plans. They're excellent. They're great for beginners all the way up to an expert. Once you buy it, it's easily downloadable. We've got a glossary on there for each exercise. We've got step by step. We've got a planner on the thing so you can plan your workouts. We have a workout plan. We do 2-day splits, so you work out 2 days, don't work out, you work out 2 days. If that doesn't work for you, the calendar is where you can adjust your workout and you can put the workouts in the calendar. And that is a great way to get started in the new year. Is if you think about it, I'm all about body positivity all day long. I love it. But at the end of the day, God didn't make us for us to be overweight. Your body cannot handle excess weight and facts. That's just scientific.
Yes, science.
Drag me in the comments what saying that I'm body shaming, which I'm not. You can have the best vitals if you're overweight. You still could have fat over your heart. And you don't know that unless you open it up. And you can still develop things over time, especially if you're a female. The more weight you have, you can get into a high risk pregnancy. So I wouldn't want to go into a pregnancy already at a disadvantage, or sometimes when you're too overweight, you can't even get pregnant because of the weight. So let's not act like being overweight is a good thing. You know, you see all this stuff about body positivities. Oh, I love my body. I shouldn't be body shamed. Being skinny isn't healthy. That is right. Being too skinny is not healthy, and being too fat isn't too healthy either. We have to be in the middle. If you are 5'6", there's no way that you should be 200 pounds as a female. There's just no way. I mean, even if you take into account genetics and you take into account of ethnicity, because that does play a role, there's still a range. For example, I'm 5'6". When I was in high school, I was 130 to 140. When I got out of high school, I got to 150. The most I've been is 170. When I was 170, I felt my heaviest. My body didn't feel good. My body ached in pain. And I felt depressed being that big. Number one, I've never been that big before, so that was already a culture shock. The choices that you make dictate how your body looks. You can get as skinny as you want and you can get as fat as you want. Let's not act like food doesn't play a role in that, and your lifestyle changes and all that X, Y, and Z. When I was at my heaviest of 270, and there's a picture on the screen that you can see how big I was, and you can see my before and after, I didn't feel good. I might have looked okay, but internally I didn't feel good. When I dropped down to the 150, my body felt the best. I felt like a superhero. I felt like that I could just do parkour and just do everything. Now I'm roughly between 158 to 165. I fluctuate. I do travel a lot. I don't have time to work out, but now my goal is to get down to 150 again, because I was 150 for my wedding and I kind of want to stay that weight between 150 to 155. That's how I feel the best. You know what weight feels, and I've seen people say like, oh, well, you know, I look better at this weight. And when I'm too skinny, I don't like the way I look. Okay, well, instead of internalizing as I'm too skinny, I don't like the way I look at it as I'm too slim. Maybe let me build some muscle around it. So 120 can look so many different ways on the exact same person, depending on how that weight is fluctuated, how it is. So don't look at it as like, okay, well, I need to be 120. I need to be 180 because I look the best at 180. Instead, try to get to your ideal weight. Do your BMI. Your BMI is great because you shouldn't have that much fat on your body. Obviously, if you're trying to get less than 10% body fat, you're an athlete or a bodybuilder. But 10 to 15 is a good range. 20 is kind of pushing it because that's borderline that you can become overweight. I think right now I'm probably like 22% body fat and I'm trying to get down to 15. That is my goal. And so when I see conversations about that, I always say like, okay, well, instead of thinking of it this way, it's like, oh, I look better at that. Lose the weight and build muscle, because I promise you, you'll look better with muscle than the way you said that you looked at this weight, because that was just fat. I feel like we've gone away from looking our best the way God intended us to look, into these oversized ants and dinosaurs or whatever animal you want to describe the BBL culture these days. It's just not feasible. And how are you going to look along the line? I'm going to tell you this right now, having a big butt is all fun and games until you're trying to find jeans, or especially when you're a woman, when you're over sexualized. So take that into account when you're trying to spend all this money with a BBL. We can get a BBL for free-ish, but you can get a BBL look for $80 with the Mean Vereen training plan versus spending getting $5,000, going through surgery, and you could possibly lose a kidney, lung. They be selling body parts on the open market. There was just an article with this girl, I think she lost her kidney. They stole her kidney. You know how valuable your internal organs are, and you wouldn't even know if you lost one until you go back home. Even if you get your body done in the United States, it's not feasible, because once you get your body done, you come home, you look great. If you haven't changed your eating habits, if you haven't changed your workouts, I promise you in the next 2 years, you're gonna gain that weight back, because you didn't take the steps to get that body. You took a shortcut, and then how are you gonna keep your shortcut if you never learned the proper trainings? So that's why you go on the internet and you say, okay, well, how many times should I work out? That answer should be, how many times can you sustain working out? If you can only do 2 days a week, like your schedule's too jam-packed, that's all you can do, that is great for you. So those 2 days out the week, you're doing hard. You're doing a HIIT workout. You're getting in the time. The goal would be to do 3. 3 is really great, because if you do 2, you're gonna really have to work on healthy eating, limiting your fats, limiting your sugars. I mean, you should be doing that all the time, but let's face it, if you're in America, that's kind of hard to do. Everything we have has sugar, everything has excess fat, a lot of things are enriching grains. So unless you're eating whole wheat, you're shopping on the outside out, not on the inside, then 2 days a week can work. But let's be honest, you go to Chick-fil-A, you're already done. That's not outside anything. And so 3 times a week would be best. For example, my workout schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. That's when I was doing 4 days. Now that I switched to doing 6, I work out every single day besides Sunday. Sunday is my recovery day. Obviously, 6 days is not for a regular person. I just now started doing 6 days, and let me tell you, it is hard, and especially life gets to you. This week, I didn't do 6 days this week. I've done only 5. I'm traveling next week, so I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate my 6 days without getting off track. My goal is to look like Tiana Taylor in June and July of 2023. That is my goal. And so there's gonna be a reoccurring segment, like when I do my weekly vlogs, you'll see me working out. I'm gonna post my progress either in my vlogs or just on the community as a regular post, so you can see. And accountability. I'm working out more. I am challenging others to work out more. If you follow me on Instagram at @chelseakiaratravels, I actually post my progress pictures every day on my stories to keep me accountable. I've been taking pictures of my body because everything changes, and I'll probably do one now to show how I don't have abs today, but I had them all throughout the week, just to show that, you know, expectations versus reality, you're not gonna have them every day unless you're someone like my husband, who is a superhero. That's what I'm doing. I encourage everyone, like I said, if you need a place to start, you can go to meanvereentraining.com, check out any of our workout plans. I highly recommend the core or the total body plan. I actually use both those plans interchangeably because I want to work on my core, but I'm also trying to, like I said, get down my goal weight, and the total body is really great for overall weight loss. I did use the glutes plan when I was starting out because I wanted my butt to look really good, and the glute plan works. Like if you're just trying to get glutes, the glutes work. It's basically a lower body plan. If you're trying to get that tight core or overall body, I recommend the core or the total body plan. If you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, any feedbacks, write it down in the comments. I'd love to chat. Like, tell me, why are you not starting your workouts today? Like, what is the overall issue on why you can't work out, or why you can't go to the gym? Because I actually do most of my workouts at home. I only go to the gym once a week. So let's not use the gym membership as an excuse. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see a workout plan if you're traveling, you can click the video over there. Or if you just want to see a full workout routine, I have another video on there with one of my weekly vlogs. And just subscribe, check out the notification, because I post every week, every Sunday and Wednesday, and occasionally throughout the week just with shorts. Until next time.